If you are a real estate agent and you are tired of cold calling, door knocking, paying for ads that flat out don't work, or just tired of not knowing how to generate leads, then this is the channel for you. We are 4 Rockstar agents who have come together to help fellow agents achieve financial freedom as well as location and time freedom. My name is Andy Hollis, along with my partners Aileen Fountain, David Doran, and Tim Hollenden. Together, we have over 50 plus years experience and knowledge in the real estate and sales and training industry, and we are hoping to pass that knowledge on to you. So let's get started. Make sure you guys can see this. You can see my KVCORE?
Yes.
Okay, good deal. All right, so the first thing you want to do when you are trying to create a newsletter is you have to create you basically have to create a template for that newsletter. So you come in here to the main dashboard on your KVCORE, go over to marketing and come down to smart campaigns. So when that takes you in, you'll see you've got a plethora of information in here. You've got a KVCORE library, which already has a bunch of letters and campaigns set up for you that you can do, but that's on a drip campaign. But if you come over to templates and you want to add, say like, let's just say we wanted to add a new template on an email template. And then you come down to, I would name the template something that you can actually remember, so because there's going to be so many in there, there's going to be 10,000 different templates in there because you're drawing from everything that everybody has ever done and put inside KVCORE within EXP. So what I usually do is just like name it like my initials, just say like AH and then put newsletter and then put like December. And make sure you put the year in there, because if you don't put the year in there, you're going to find yourself a year from now going, wait a minute, was that December 2022 or was it 23 or was it 21? But if you put the year in there, then you'll remember exactly when it is. So you come down to what you want to do is do an advanced editor. So it's going to say, are you sure you want to do that? Because you take away a bunch of, it basically gives you a whole bunch of stuff to do. So when you come down to advanced editor, as you can see over here on the right, you've got all different kind of things you can do, like your images. You can put in a button, which I'll show you how to do all this stuff. But the first thing you want to do is here's where you drag and drop all of your content. So let's say you wanted to start off with at the top of your newsletter, let's say you just wanted to put an image in there and you wanted to do something like your logo. So you just grab it, drop it, and you can see right here, now you can browse your computer to put files in there, or pull something from the internet and download it to a computer, whichever way you want to do it. If you have your own logo, you can put that in there. Let's see. I think I have some logo art in here. I do. So I'm just going to drag this over here, the EXP, so you can see how it's done. So see, now this is going to come in big. It's going to come in at 100%. If you wanted to change the size of that, the only way you can do it is to toggle this off right there, and you can make it smaller, spread it out, whatever the case, however big you want it. You can also, on these, you can't really change the image, but you can change the alignment of it. You put it to the left or put it to the right, or just center it up. So you've got that image in there. Now let's say you want to go back. So you click on content to go back, and we want to add in, say, some text or something, and just say, who you are, or you want to add a divider. So you can add a divider right here. So see how it puts that line across there? So you can add a divider in, and then you can play with this thing to make it say anything or do anything you want it to do. Just like you add another image in right here, and you can pull in let's say like a, do your profile picture.
Okay.
So you can put that in there. Now you may not want it that big. All right, and then go back to content, and then say you wanted to put in some text, but you see how I'm doing this? Everything you want to add in here, you just drag it and drop it right where it says to drop it. And then you can, in here, like you can put, you know, tell people who you are, Andy Hollis, if I could spell. All right. Once you get that in there, you know, you can change up the size of it. You can make it as big as you want to, you know, make it like that, make it bold. You can center it. And then, I mean, it's real easy to go in here and start playing with this and make it any way you want to make it look. And the thing about it is, if you mess up, then you just mess up. You just get out of it and start over. It's just that, you know, don't be scared of it. Don't be scared to go in and just try different things. Now, here's the cool thing about this is you can also like add a button. So you can say, let's say I wanted to put in here, like Aileen and I have a YouTube channel. And in case everybody hasn't subscribed to it yet, you need to go do that. I'll put the link in the chat. So, but anyway, so if you wanted to put in here and put like check out our YouTube channel, and say I wanted to again, I want to make that really big. I want to make it bold, and I want to put it in the center. So then underneath here, I want a button. I want something so that it'll take them to the YouTube channel. So I can come in here and grab this button. I can put it right there. I can rename that button and say YouTube channel. Make it bold. Let's see. I'm going to highlight it. I can make it bold. And then you see over here on the side where it says URL and all that. That's where you put in like the YouTube channel itself. Go over and copy the URL, place that in there. And then when people come in here and click that, it'll take them to the YouTube channel.
And Andy, I'm going to interject right here because that is a really cool feature. And I'll tell you different ways you can utilize that. Number one, if you were to send out a flyer of your listing to agents, you could then use that button as a click here to view the listing. If you were, if you wanted to do a weekly newsletter to clients, you could say, here, check out the deals of the week. And you could have like a couple houses and a couple condos that you've seen listed that you think are good deals that you could then have a link to. And then I don't know if it will give you how many people have clicked on it, Andy, as far as getting metrics after you send the email out, but that's a super cool way to get people to click and look at things, you know, and give them value in the newsletter.
Yeah, and KVCORE will show you when somebody reads your email. So like when you send them an email, they will show you when they open it. But yeah, like you were saying, so you could come in here and do, you can add your Facebook page to this. You can have it linked to your Facebook page, have it do, there's just all kinds of stuff you can do here. If you subscribe to BombBomb, which costs you $30 a month, you can actually put in a core video here. So, you know, you could come in here and drag the core video right here, and then it'll tell you to select a video. It'll take you over to BombBomb. And then just like right here, so you've got all these that, you know, our founder has got a ton of videos in here that tells you financial, it tells you all, like if you're doing agent attraction, you can put all these in there. Like with mine, I've set up a couple to introduce people off of realtor.com. I've set up a couple letting people know I'm still in real estate. I've got a welcome video when they go to my website. So I did all that through BombBomb, but it will take the video and put it into the body of here. If you put something in here and you decide you don't want it, there's a little trash button right here. You just click the trash button and it's gone. It takes it right out. So it's just that simple. So you can't really mess anything up just by playing with it. I mean, once you get all this done, you can save it as a template, and I'll go back out and show you. But like I said, don't be scared to play with any of this. Just try putting them all in there, and it'll teach you, how to go down through here. Once you start putting stuff in, all your text, and like Aileen said, you can come in here and put you can put a link to, let's say right here, you put in buying property, just put buying with a question mark. This is what I did on one of my other ones. I put buying with a couple of question marks, and I made it really, really big so that you can make it bigger than that. Do it just like that, make it really big, make it bold, center it, and then underneath it, I want to put a button. So I can put a button right there, and then put something like free property search. And then what you want to do here is go over to, say, my website. But now I wouldn't just link it just to the front page of the website. Just go into like where it says property search, then copy that link, and you can throw it in there. And then whenever they click that button, it'll take them straight to your website for a property search.
And
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to say for those of you who haven't put your database into KVCORE yet, that would be your first email to send out. Like, hey guys, I have a new website. You can search the entire MLS for free and, not get spammed like you will on Realtor and Zillow, and send that email out when you get them loaded in. And that's like kind of the intro email, like you're giving them something. You're giving them a way to access searching the MLS. And then once they're in they're already in your KVCORE, you'll be able to see if they hopped on, what they looked at, if they're searching, if they viewed a property more than once. And so that'd be a really good way to get your database engaged.
Without a doubt. So once you have all this set up just like you want it, like you want the newsletter to go out, let me show you one that's already finished, because I've done one here, like right here. So this one here says AH newsletter November 2022. So if I wanted to make one for December, which I will whenever I get ready when December rolls around, all you have to do is come over here and hit clone. And when that pulls up, you can see right here, you want to make sure you change the subject line each month, because if you don't change that subject line, it's liable to get put in their spam, because Google, like if they have Gmail, Google recognizes that and says, wait a minute, the same subject is coming through twice or more than one time. And then so it thinks it's a bunch of spam. It thinks it's a robot sending it out. So it puts it into a spam folder. So you want to make sure you change that every month. So in December, I might change this and just put, like Merry Christmas for December. And then, but you can see with this one, I've already built out. So let's say I wanted to come in here, this newsletter is already done. And you can see I've got, the little logo that Aileen and I made up. And then I've got who I am. It's got my picture. I did a call button to call me. And then this is the market report for Gulf Shores for the month of November. I'd want to change that out. So basically what I do is just delete this, or either, I can delete it and just replace it. Or you can put anything there. You don't have to necessarily put another another market report. You can put anything you want to there. But like here it says free home evaluation. But the thing I'm wanting to show you is that once you get it all set up, then all you have to do is come in here and just change a couple of little bitty things. And so that way it makes it easy for you to do every single month. So you can get that newsletter out. It takes you about 10 minutes to change it. And then you can send it to your entire whole database. And I'll show you how to do that. So once you get it set up the way that you want it, so you come back out of here, and then, so let's say you wanted to email that newsletter to everybody in your KVCORE, to everybody you got. So you just come back over here to marketing, and you go back over to, let's see, schedule right here where it says schedule mass emails. Just hit get started. That's going to pull up. These are all the ones that I have scheduled already to go out. And then you can see that newsletter right there is going to go out the 21st. And then I've got it set up. I think I got it set up to go out at like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, so let's say you wanted to schedule a mass email, you schedule it. And you can set this up to any kind of filters that you want. Like if you've got your hashtag set up, you can set it up to hit a certain group. Like if you've got hashtag agents or hashtag sphere or hashtag friends and family, whatever the case may be, you can send it out to just that group, or you can send it out this way because you've got everybody labeled as spheres, prospect, new lead, active lead, client. Let's just say you wanted to send it to all of them. So send it to everybody in your KVCORE. Just go through and click on every single one of them. And then you go in and find that template and see right there. You type in your initials and it's going to pull up all those templates that you've got in there, every one that you've created and get ready to send out. So then you click that. And as you can see, here it is. It comes over right here. The cool thing about this is if there's something you wanted to change from here, you could change it from here. Even though you've already created it, you could change it, but it won't save it in your templates. So you got to make sure you save that in a template. But then you just change the subject line. Like I said, you'd want to put in, something like Merry Christmas or whatever. And then you can schedule whatever date you want it to send out. Say you want to send it out Monday, and all these times, just keep this in mind, all these times are Eastern time. So no matter what time zone you're in, this is Eastern time. So if you wanted to set it out to go to 7 p.m., it's going to hit 6 p.m. Central. So then you set it up, and then that's all you got to do is hit right down here is hit submit, and it'll take that sucker and send it out. And you could do these, you could set these up to, like, I'll just show you on mine. You can see I've got certain things that still go out to everybody. I've got certain groups that I've picked out, like this one says friends and family, and it goes out. Let's see, I think I've got this set out to go on the first day of every single month. And I did that in January. And so I set it up to go out for the whole year. So then I don't even have to, I never have to go back in and check. It goes to everybody who's hashtag friends and family. That letter goes out to them at the first day of every single month, every single time. And I don't have to touch it. So they get that letter. So it keeps people engaged. The main thing you want to do with this is keep your name in front of people so that they can see that, you're still selling real estate, you're still active, and that if they, whether they want to buy or sell real estate or not, if they want to, if they know of somebody, then they'll contact you. So, but does all that make sense? Anybody got any questions about the newsletter, about how to create it or whatever?
So it really won't work if we don't have everybody tagged into one of those categories like sphere and clients and all that, right?
Well, that's your main thing. That's the first thing you got to do is go through your KVCORE. And so what you want to do when you log into your KVCORE, you want to go through every contact. I did it. I went through every one of them one by one and decided who is this person? Where did they come from? How do I know them? What do I want to send them? You know, like the very first contact in my KVCORE is not even, she's a real estate agent that lives in Auburn. So I don't want to send her stuff, you know, about buying and selling property. I want to send her stuff about agent attraction. I want to send her, you know, I mean, she's on a property search right now because we're trying to do a deal together. She's got a guy that's wanting to come down here to the beach and buy some property. So that's the whole reason I've got her set up on a property search. So, you know, but yes, you have to get them labeled. You've got to get them in, because that's the way KVCORE knows how to send them what you want to send them, is once you get them labeled in different categories. You can categorize them with these filters that are right here on the side, whether it's sphere, new lead, client, closed, prospect, active lead, or contract, or even archived. You know, even though you archive them, you can't send them letters and stuff of that nature when you have them archived, but they're not gone. So you can always pull them back out of archive and make them active again. So don't ever delete anybody out of your KVCORE, never.
How do I put their first name in there like you got? How do I get that to do that?
How do you get it to, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. How do you get what now?
Get it to put their name in there. You've got first name and then those little, all that stuff. What's that criteria to get that to work?
You talk about for the lead itself?
For the subject line. You know, when on your newsletter, you've got a subject and it says in parentheses, first name.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're back.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I just put that in there because that tells the system. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you go back to Smart Campaigns, templates, I was confused. Let's see. So yeah.
Totally okay.
Clone
yeah.
that.
See where it says first name. What do I can't see all that exactly because
it's in parentheses and it says, and it has to be in lowercase, but it says first underscore and then name. So it'll take everybody that's in your KVCORE. Let's say that I sent this to Aileen and Aileen's in my KVCORE and I sent this letter to her, then her name, it'll go Aileen, happy holidays. So
I think that has a greater chance of getting it opened up if it's got their name in there.
That's right. Yeah, so that's the reason I did it that way. So if you've got their first name in KVCORE, it's going to pull their first name over here on the subject line.
Okay. All right. I put that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah, good question. Anybody else before we move on to something different? Nope. Okay. What do you want me to cover next, Aileen? Property search?
Yes, let's do property searches.
Okay.
Like as if instead of using Paragon to load the contact and do the property search, like as if you're replacing that task with KVCORE and what KVCORE search will do.
Okay. So let's say you've got a client who has called you and said they wanted to look at $500,000 properties on the beach in, Orange Beach or Gulf Shores. So I'm going to pull up my wife's name. I always use her as a guinea pig. So you pull up the prospect's name to start with. So you've got her sitting right here. Now you can see over here on the right-hand side, I've where it says property alerts. I already have her active with several property alerts. So you can, let's get with somebody from scratch. Let me see if I can find. Aileen, I think I have you in here. Yep. Okay. So let's say I wanted to come in here and Aileen has unsubscribed from my emails. So it's not very nice.
Andy, the only reason why I unsubscribed is you had an old email in there for me. So you didn't have my current email address.
Yeah, good excuse. Okay. Anyway, so if they have unsubscribed and they call you up and they say, hey, I want you to set me up on a property search. Here's what I'm looking for, blah, 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 blah. And you say, okay, well, you can come back in here and resubscribe them to emails. Even though they unsubscribed, you can put them right back in. So now that I have her set up to receive emails, I want to go in here where it says, see where it says property alerts, active campaigns, market report, all that. So I want to go in here and say, add property alert. You can set up 2 different property alerts for that. That's all you can set up at this point in KVCORE is 2. But you can come in here and say that you want to look at Orange Beach. And so you can pull it. Now I've got several different areas of Orange Beach in here, but you could put in, you know, the city. You could put in area number 1, area number 2. And then I think they're named area number 1, area number 2, simply because they're one's on the beach and one's not, is basically what it boils down to. Now you can draw this on a map and do the area just by clicking that button there. But anyway, so like here, let's say that Aileen wanted to look at condos, maximum price of say $600,000, and then we won't have a minimum. She wants to make sure it has 2 beds, 2 baths. Doesn't matter on the square footage. Doesn't matter on the year built. And then you've got options here. So you can send her stuff that has just listed, or you can send her stuff as newly built. You got all this other stuff here, but what I would basically, what Aileen has told me she wanted is waterfront. So she wants to be on the water for $600,000, 2 bedroom, 2 bath in Orange Beach. So then you set in here how often you want her to get them. Now, if she called me, I'd want her to get them daily. I don't want her to see every time something pops up, I want her to get it. So you put in there daily. We've already got her email address in there. If you wanted it to go to a secondary email address, say that, you know, she wanted her significant other to get them as well, then I'd say, okay, great. Give me that email, put that email in here where it says to CC, and it'll go to them. Or if you wanted to CC yourself, you're going to get a copy of it anyway. It's going to come to you. Every time she gets a property, it's going to let you know. But anyway, so you could either set the alert and not send them to her right now, or you can save this alert and send her everything it pulls up right this minute. So I'll do that just so you can see what it looks like. So you hit save and send. And now this is what it just sent her in an email. It sent her every bit of that, every one of these properties that you see. And the cool thing about it is I don't know if you've looked at it on your website, but when you pull these properties up, I mean, it's a really different look than what it is on the MLS. It's a lot better view. The pictures, you know, the way everything just comes over. So anyway, that's the way you do that. I don't know how I can get this. There we go.
Can I ask you a quick question?
You sure can.
Okay, so I found a piece of property that matches the description of what this client wants. It's hard to find, by the way. It's waterfront. It's in the area he wants, bordering Foley, on the water, blah, blah, blah. Can you send him just that from here, or does it have to be set up as a search, or does it have to be guiding him to what some similar properties are? Like if I just want to send him that through this so I can keep up with what I've sent him, can I do that?
Yeah. So let's say whatever property you found. So let's just say that you can actually pull that property up. So let's say you had the MLS number, and I don't.
Right. I usually have the street address is what I usually have. Every now and then I have
you
the
can
MLS.
put that in here. Let's just say right here. Let's see if it'll pull up anything. All right. So let's say I wanted to send this listing to Aileen. So I can pull the details up just like that. What you want to do is copy that link right there. I can go back into KVCORE, pull up Aileen's name. I can say send an email, and I can put in here, Aileen, check this out. All right. So then I put something in here, say, Aileen, found you a property. All right. Then you want to put the link in there. So you see this little button right here that looks like a paperclip. Click on that. You put in that URL. So now whenever Aileen opens that email, all she has to do is click that link and it'll take her to that property, and it takes her to your website, which is where you want everybody to go, is back to your website. So, yeah, so you could send that, and like I said, it will show up in your KVCORE that you sent it to her, and then it will tell you when she has opened it. And so if you want to see what you sent her, you just come back in here and view, and you can see exactly what you saw, what you sent her. And then that's the way that's the way it looks. But that's the way the email comes across, which is pretty cool. I mean, because, you'd have to pay thousands of dollars to get somebody else to do this for you. And you can do it for yourself for free. They give you the tools.
And I'm going to reiterate what you just said. The listing comes over so much more attractive to the client in this system versus Paragon. This is the way the client wants to see it. It's way more in line with a Zillow and the way Zillow will come over, which they're familiar with. And we really want to get them out of Zillow and Realtor.com, and we want them on our site. So if they see that attractive listing coming over, they're way more inclined to click that than something coming over from Paragon, in my opinion.
Right. I agree. Okay, what's the next subject? I put the link to our YouTube page in the chat box, by the way, so you can go subscribe.
Andy, you've covered two big ones that I think are very useful on a day-to-day for agents. Is there, we can either do just like a general overview of, what it's like to kind of use KVCORE on a day-to-day, or if there's something specific one of you guys still wants to see on this call, go ahead and speak up now.
Hey, before we go any further, let me show you real quick what, this is one of the things, like if you're wanting more leads and you're wanting people to, to contact you instead of you contacting them, or to let you know, there's all kind of tools that you can come in here, like, so down the left-hand side of your main dashboard, you've got right here where it says lead engine. So you click on that lead engine tool, and you see right here where it says landing page, squeeze page, call and capture. Some of these things you will have to pay for, like this get more leads, because that's, like the make it rain campaigns and all that kind of good stuff, or core property boost. So that's like if you had a listing and you wanted to boost it on Facebook or something, or Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, you could put it across all your social media, but you have to pay for that service. But now there are free services, like right here, the landing pages. So you can come in here and put in your website, and you can build a landing page, and you can make this look any way you want to make it look. Like if you wanted to say right here, you can change all this and just have it say, looking for beach front homes with a question mark. And then right here, you could put in a free weekly list of beachfront homes in Orange Beach, Alabama, or Gulf Shores, Alabama, whatever the case may be. And then you can change all of these, but the main thing you're trying to do here is drive them back to your website. So, you can actually change this link where it says see listing now. You can change that to, let's see, you can change all that stuff up here, but the main thing you want to do right here where it says lead generation, that's what you're wanting to do, is lead generation. And here's a real important part right here where it says hashtag, and it says it's optional, but believe me, it's not. You don't want that to be optional. You want to know where these people came from. So if you posted this page right here to, say, Facebook, then you want to hashtag it Facebook, because when they come into your KVCORE, that's how it's going to come in as with a hashtag on it of Facebook. So that way that lead came from Facebook. So, I mean, the landing pages are pretty cool. I mean, like and the cool thing about it is if you've created landing pages in the past, see right here where it says past landing pages, then all you have to do is go back in here and you can pull these up. You can either copy the link and do it, but it shows you how many times it was viewed. So you see which ones are actually working. So you see right here where this one, hashtag Facebook lead generation, I did it January 29th of 2022. View it, check it out, Orange Beach Gulf Shores beachfront properties. So see, I got all that, and then I got my link right here, Andy Sells the Beach. They have to put in their email address, but their cell phone's optional. You can make it mandatory for them to put in their cell phone, but I usually don't, just because a lot of people will give you their email way before they'll give you their phone number. But anyway, so you've got all that to where they sign up, and when they sign up, it just takes them to your website so that they can see all this. And then it'll show, because the search will actually come up as beachfront homes in in Orange Beach and Gulf Shores. So, and then when you get ready, once you get that built and you want to put it into, say, Facebook or whatever, it's easy. You just copy the link and then you go over to Facebook and you can post it. And that's how it shows up. And it's so cool. I mean, because when they click on it, I mean, it takes them straight to your website. And I've got mine set up where they can look at 2 properties for free, where they can check out 2 properties. But if they look at more than 2 properties, it's going to ask them, they've got to register. They got to give me their name and email address so that I can contact them. So, but that's one free way to generate leads. Another free way to generate leads is to go back into the lead engine and go to squeeze page. You got to put in your website and then hit start building. And then here you can do multi-property searches, or you can do a single property. You can do a seller squeeze to where, again, where it says Facebook source, you want it to, say like hashtag Facebook or hashtag, or excuse me, on the hashtags, because you want to know where it came from. And then once you put this in here on a seller squeeze, you generate a link, and there will be a short link that pops up right in here. And then you just put that into your Facebook page or Twitter or Instagram or, all your social medias. So, you can send out a market report. You can put that market report on so that when people click on it and and just make it a headline, say, like, want to know what's going on in the Orange Beach Gulf Shores area, and then put that market report on there. And when people click on it and they see the market report, then they have to register in your KVCORE. So then you got their information, then you can contact them and say, are you just looking around? Or I think my immediate response is always, I have an email set up when a new lead comes in, it automatically sends them an email that says, are you just browsing right now, or are you interested in buying property or selling property? Either one. So that's the way it goes out automatically to them. So I don't have to actually, touch every single one of them. But you do eventually want to call them. That's what the whole goal is to get them on the phone. So anyway, that's a couple of ways to generate free leads.
Well, Andy, thank you. You now made my brain explode. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll bet. So anything else?
Mr. Andy.
Yes.
Hey, what's the difference between a squeeze page and a landing page?
So the landing page that is right here, when you build a landing page, it's basically what you're doing is you're setting them up on a property search without individually setting them up on a property search. The squeeze page is that you want them to go to a specific area. So like you could do a single property squeeze page, and let's say that you had your listing. So let's say you've got a listing and you want to showcase that listing. Well, you can put in your MLS number right here, and then it'll create a link so that you can post that on Facebook. And then you just put up there, hey, check out my new listing. And then boom, there it goes. And it goes into Facebook. When people click on it, then they have to sign up for your, on your
Okay.
website so that you get their information so you can start sending them stuff.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
So if we want to rewatch what you did where you put that onto Facebook where people can actually interact and you can gather their info if they're interested, is that going to be like somebody can just go to the recording and replay that?
Yeah. Yeah. Aileen's going to send the recording out to everybody. And now I guess one more thing, Aileen, you wanted me to show how to do a seller presentation.
That's right.
Okay. All right. So this thing is cool as all get out. I mean, so right now, if you wanted to do a seller presentation to go to somebody's house, you got to look up all the properties you got on MLS. You got to do all that stuff. It'll take you hours and hours and hours. But I'm going to show you how quick this is. So let's say that I had Aileen's address and I wanted to go to her house. Okay. I got to learn how to spell her name. All right. So I actually have Aileen's address in here, I think, but you have to put her address. Yeah. 4135 Augusta Drive. There we go. So if you wanted to go back to your main timeline, and let's say I wanted to do a listing valuation for, a core presentation for Aileen. So I can go in here to add core presentation. Now this thing, just watch how fast this thing is. There you go. It's all done. Not kidding you. So you can change it to, like, if you say you wanted to make this area bigger, or you wanted to include more comps, or whatever the case may be, or you want to check out each one of the comps, individually to make sure that they line up. You can add in a single MLS. Like if you know that there's a house listed next door or just sold next door, you can put in the MLS ID here and pull up the house next door so you can compare hers to it. But the cool thing about it is like right here, you've got, if you wanted to go off of just what KVCORE has put in, because a lot of times it's very dependable, you can hit right here where it says skip to presentation. And if you skip to the presentation, it'll take you straight to the end. But you can build the CMA, so you can come in here and it'll show you, most recent active, most recent sold. It shows you, like right here is probably the one that's comparable to Aileen's, which is like 0.21 miles away from her house. So it shows you all that. And then you can add comps or take comps away. So let's say you didn't want this one, you can delete that one. You can check it out, see what it actually looks like. I mean, look at all this information this thing gives you. It tells you when it was sold, how much it was sold for. I mean, everything's just right there at your fingertips. And then once you get through building it just like you want it, to change everything out, or if you just want to trust KVCORE and say, hey, they did it, so let's look at it. Well, then you can click on core presentation, and this is the way it comes over to. It'll actually send it in an email to Aileen, but this is what it's going to look like. Now you can change these, like you can add in different slides. So you can add a slide here. It's like my testimonials. I want that one to be in there. The value of an agent. I can put in home selling process, a realtor versus buyer. I want to add these selected slides. So then when you go down, this is what it's going to look like when Aileen looks at it. So see, it shows the value of an agent. It's going to give the testimonials. It pulls them right from my website. Tells, why she should pick me. Then it shows the home selling process. Shows realtor versus buyer. That you make more money using a realtor than you do using somebody off the internet, like an iBuying service. It'll show the comps. And the cool thing about this is that she can actually click on every one of these and it'll show her. It'll pull up the property when she looks at it. So she could see the property that's listed down the street for $699. She could see the property that's, here's another one that's listed for $699. Here's another one that's listed for $754. So if you're trying to talk her into that, $720 to $730 range that you think that's where that her house needs to be listed, then these are perfect comps right here. You can show her that these have been listed, but then you can pull the listing up and say, but it's been on the market for, 6 months, or whatever. In our market right now, probably hadn't, but anyway, you can see, and it shows her the comps, how far away they are. Then it shows the average selling price. And I mean, it just gives you all kind of information. So I would go in here and just play with this thing. You can put in your own address and create one just so you can see what it looks like. And I mean, just look at all the information it gives you. And it tells them not your marketing plan, what you intend to do, that you're going to put it on social media. And then when they get this email, this is what they get. It shows them all that information right there. And then if they want more time or more information, it clicks there. Takes them right back to your website so they can send you an email. Or it says, yes, let's get started. It sends you an email saying this person's ready to sell. You can either send that to them or you can print it off and take it with you, because it's a cool little thing to have in your hand when you go to a selling appointment, to a listing appointment. So you can, right up here, you can say preview it as in the web, or you can say a PDF, and then you can just download it from here and print it. So, I mean, it's a cool thing. And you can see it took me, 10 seconds to get it together. I mean, it doesn't take long at all.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a quick couple of questions. I'm just this way because years ago, my first job out of college, I taught kids how to get organized. I taught elementary school, so bear with me here. What are some things that we really need? I know we need to pull written reviews people have done of us. I've seen you say we need that. Okay. Seems like there's a number of things we need to get all loaded in files on our computer, which I do not have all of those things. I have some of them, so that we can finish doing this, so to speak. Does that make sense?
Well, the main thing you got to have is you got to have your website set up. So if you have your website set up through, your eXp Realty website, and the way to do that, the way to add stuff in and put your testimonials in and all that kind of good stuff, that's a whole nother course that I could sit here and show you that for 10 hours. But
there's a guy I found just as an alternative to calling you every time I want something for Andy. Anyway, he's been working for 6 months at KVCORE, or he says he has. Maybe he videoed that months ago. I don't know, but he's really good, and he's on YouTube. And there's a bunch of others too. I mean, there's countless people that are like YouTube gurus on there. But this guy actually works for them, and he's super good. I just figured if I dug through his, maybe it would show that. It would show you what all you need to.
Well, if you go to your main dashboard right here and you go up here in the top right-hand corner where your name is located, then you go down to my profile, then this will pull up your profile. You can edit it from here. You can change out your picture. You can add in all your phone numbers, your social media, all that stuff. You can come.
But where do you add things that you're going to need again and again? Like you just showed a minute ago, this is where it pops up for people's comments about my service or whatever, or you've done this about 3 or 4 times through the course of this discussion and you'll need that, this will pop up. Well, mine won't, because I don't have all that in there yet. I almost need a list of what all I don't have, because I don't know enough to know that I don't have it.
Well, and there's another thing. Let me show you. So if you go to YouTube and you search for setting up KVCORE start to finish, you'll find, and I have basically subscribed to either Sylvia, I forget her last, there it is right there, Sylvia Dana. She does all kind of free classes on YouTube for KVCORE.
Yeah, she's real good.
But this is a 2-hour course right here that will show you how to set up your KVCORE from start to finish, and it's on YouTube. And so, I mean, there's all kind of one, here's an hour and 30-minute course right here, same lady, and how to set it up start to finish. So this guy's really good. I think he says his name is Jaime. I think is how you say it. But anyway, he shows you exactly how to set it up. But I've also subscribed to Inside Real Estate, and Inside Real Estate will show you everything you need to know about KVCORE.
Right. I've actually sat through some of their trainings already.
But yeah, so I mean that way you can.
The guy
skip to
goes so
parts that you
fast.
want.
I think I told you I can't keep up with him. He's just rattling it off like we already have done through this a jillion times. But so yeah, but they have recordings of it. Even if you listen to it, you can go listen to the recording.
Yeah. So the way I do it, the way I learned it is basically, if I wanted to know something, like how to set up website in KVCORE. And then here you go. How to set up your KVCORE website from start to finish. And then I would just click on that video to watch it. And then as you're watching it, then I would have basically the way I do is I have their video playing on one screen, and then I have my KVCORE up on the other. And so when they hit something that I like, that I wanted to learn or whatever, or I need to do it, I hit pause, I go in and I do it, and then I rewind it and watch it again and do it and rewind it, watch it again. So, I mean, it'll take you, it took me 3 months, no lie. Aileen will tell you, it took me about 3 months. I dove into it head first. And and really dug into everything KVCORE. And it took me about 3 months to get it all. But I mean, the basic stuff you can get, right out of the gate. But yeah, and you'll pick up stuff, just like with this whole YouTube thing. I mean, with us starting this YouTube channel, and I'm picking up stuff every single day. I mean, I learned something today on how to edit YouTube videos on your phone. I'm sitting there going, oh my God, I didn't know I could do that, and how quick it was. So, I mean, you pick up things as you go along, but yeah, I mean, just, like I said, that's the way I learned, was I just typed it into YouTube and watched a video. But we're willing to do some more of these training classes and doing them live. So you could, but I could sit here and talk about KVCORE for the next 10 hours.
Yeah.
Well, the trainer said that too. He said there's so much, this is so robust that you have to get drilled down to exactly what it is you want.
Exactly.
that you need to know about.
Andy, you have done a really great job of touching on some really key things that people can utilize without a ton of time and effort, just talking about the newsletter and the property searches. Those things can be done. Now, I think after what you've just done, I think everyone on this call could really get going with those two things. And I think that's a great way here in the off season is to work on your database and work on these things that you can start utilizing right now. So I think that this is fantastic. And if everyone on here wants to reach out to me with some follow-up feedback, we will schedule an in-house live training if that's something that you guys will get value out of. Because, obviously we're not going to cover all of this in 1 hour, but I think we made really good use of our time here, and I do want to respect everybody's time. So we are going to go ahead and end it at 1 hour, but feel free to text or email me if you would like the live training and if there's anything more specific that you want to learn. And if you don't have specifics, then Andy and I will definitely come up with an agenda that we think will help you.
Yeah. And if I might add one more thing, if you do those landing pages and squeeze pages, if you'll do that and post to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all 3 platforms every single solitary day, and do it at the same time every day. So if you wanted to, like when you wake up in the morning, do it at, like 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever, set an alarm so that you make sure you post those things. And if you get consistent at it, you'll start seeing leads pop in. I'm telling you, they'll start rolling in as people get used to seeing you, and they'll go, well, I mean, this person's on Facebook 20 times, a week. I need to check them out and see what it's about. And they'll start rolling in. So, but anyway, that's all I got.